Hello everyone. Today I wanted to show you how you can develop your Android application. So let's start programming with Android Studio. Before you start, you have to make sure that you have set up your Android development environment properly. So first step is create our project. Click start a new Android Studio project. Empty activity. Next, name of your application. First app. Here you can give your package name like com.example dot first app. Here you can save your location where you want to save your project. Here you can choose your language, either Java or Kotlin. Minimum, you can select minimum API level, and after selecting this, click on finish button. Here your project is built. Before develop your application, you should be aware of a few directories and file in Android project. First is Java. This contains the .java source files for your project. By default, it includes an main activity.java source file, main activity.java source file, having an activity class that runs when your application is launched using the app icon. The next one is res drawable files. This is a directory for drawable objects that are designed for high density screens. Res layouts. This is the directory for files that define your app's user interface. Next one is values. This is the directory for the other various XML file that contain such as string, colors, style. The main important file is this is the manifest file, which describe the fundamental characteristics of the app and define each of its components. This is the Android manifest file. Next is build.gradle. This is an auto-generated file which contain compile SDK version, build tool version, application ID, min SDK version, target SDK version, version code and version names. I can show you the compile SDK version. Here is 28. Application ID com.example.firstname. Minimum SDK version I used here 15. Target SDK version is 28. Version code is 1. First time when we launch our application, our version code is 1. When we update our application, you have to change your version code. So here you can directly change your version code and your version name. So this is how you can create your project. Let's move to the next step, your programming step. So today I'm going to develop a simple calculator app, so that this is one of the simplest app you can create to understand the Android basics. In this calculator app tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can use multiple Android UI component to design step by step developing a basic calculator app and application in Android Studio. So let's start. So click on activity main.xml. Here you can design your Android app by two ways. Either you can drag and drop the button image view. You can means you can uh, drag the button like this, or you can write your code in XML file. Linear layout. In Andorid Studio, there are some layouts like relative layout, linear layout. Okay, the first is linear layout. What is linear layout? Linear layout is a view group that is responsible for holding views in it. It is a layout that arranges child, that is the various view and layouts linearly, one after another in a either in a single column or single row. And second one is relative layout, which is also a view group, which is used to specify the position of child view instance relative to each other, means child A to the left of child V, or relative to the parent aligned to the top. I means aligned to the top of the parents. So here for the calculator app, I'm going to use linear layout. ID, orientation, and making vertical linear layout means arranging my UI components in a uh, vertical way. Gravity, top, text alignment center, background color, primary, and with some 1. Here you can use hard-coded your text like I did, enter 2 number, or you can use string XML resource provides that which is provide text string for your application with optional text styling and formatting. So string name, enter the number, and here is your text. Now ID text view. ID is the unique identifier for all UI components. layout height. You can either use match parents, wrap contain, or you can define your height like 30 dp. Gravity center horizontal. Text color link. Black. You can define text style. Bold and italic. You can set font family, visibility, visible. You can define your text size. And layout weight. You can see the design. The next is edit text. Layout width. Width. Match parent. Layout height. These are two, layout width and height. These are two required parameter for all UI components. Wrap contain. Input type. Number. EMS 10. ID. Edit 01. Text size 18 dp. Gravity center horizontal. Layout margin bottom 5 dp. And visibility visible. Now I copy this, edit text, change Android ID edit 02. Then before you closing the web layout, linear layout, define another layout as linear horizontal. In this layout, I will add 5 buttons that for plus, minus, multiplication, division and clear. Define their properties like ID, width, height, etc. in it. So here I'm going to add another linear layout with match parent, height, wrap content, orientation, horizontal, I'm going to add 5 buttons. Text plus with CDMTP, height, that contain ID and layout weight 0.03. Close the button. Copy 1, 2, 3 and 4. Add subtract multiplication divide clear. You can see the design here. Plus, minus, multiplication for multiplication, division, clear. Now I'm going to add one text view, height 50 dp, text result, layout rate dp, id, result, margin top 10 dp, gravity, center horizontal, text color length black, text style italic, bold, font family, visibility, visible, and then text size 30 sp, 20 sp. Now run edit text. Width, match panel, layout, weight, height, left input type number, EMS 10, ID, result, edit, text 0.00, and gravity text horizontal. Here you can see the final look of our application. Enter two numbers, our 5 buttons, result. So our design part of the application is over. Let's focus on adding functionality to the application. This calculator app basically performs 5 operations, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and clear or reset. So for that we need to define these operations over button. For that we use set on click listener function. I'll show you how you can define the functionality. So click on main activity. Oh, I forgot to close editor. Click on main activity.java. First I define our edit text. Alt enter, import the class. Edit 01. Edit as edit 02. Button. Add button. Subtract button for multiplication, for division, and for reset. This text view result. Edit 01 is to find view by ID and dot ID dot your ID. Here you can see that our ID is edit01. So I'm to use edit01. Likewise for next edit button, edit text box. So find UID r.id dot edit 02 and find UID r.id dot add Now for addition, add dot set on click listener, new view on set click listener if edit01 dot get text dot length is greater than 0. Greater than 0. Then double edit01 01 please do double dot first double edit01. Here we can change the name of print first dot get text dot to string. Result dot set text similarly for subtraction. Subtraction multiplication and division. Clear. So now I'm going to run my project. Here you can see the final look. Enter your first number, 26, 6, and I click on plus, it's 32, minus is 20, when I click on multiplication, 156, divide 4.333, and I clear, it's clear. I hope you enjoy my video. Thank you everyone.